Hello, good evening. This is the original Alma Gambone that will tell you what you gotta hear. Yeah, my people, if today is your first time watching me or following me on YouTube, please do subscribe on that subscription button and also press the bell to be able to get my newest upload videos. Okay, so if you do that, I want to just tell you thank you for subscribing with me. Thank you for supporting me on YouTube. Okay, yeah, guys, like as I told you guys, I will be bringing a lot of story about, because right now I am the storyteller about Igbo saga, because that saga started from me, and I am the one that will tell you all about the Igbo saga that you need to know what is happening. Yeah, guys, the video that I want to tell, like what I want to talk about now, is about this lady they call Chacha, Chacha Ogbunaya, or she call herself Nkechi Ogbuefi. Yeah, I will be telling you guys how this lady come in this saga, So I don't know this lady from anywhere. She's based in London, and she come into this saga. I don't know why she came in, and when we are doing the saga, I now start understanding a lot of things about her, but I know that things are not really good, things are not really fine with her, because at a time I start asking a question about this lady. So she claimed, Chacha is someone who claimed that she came to fight every woman or any woman that Ogechi bullying, that she came to fight them, she came to give a voice to any voiceless woman. And along the line, because things did not work out the way she wanted, she turned against the same people that she say she came to fight. She came to fight with them. She fought someone they call Nora Duru. She fought someone they call Sharon, and she fought me too. So I am here to give you the story the way it goes. So Chacha now claim that she came to fight Ogechi for bullying every woman and sharing one lady NK Benko nude. Like the video I make this morning, I still talk about it. Now, the same Chacha could say this. She said any woman that share somebody nude have share every woman nude, including her. She says so for that time, for that reason, Ogechi must receive sense by force. Now, she, Chacha, do the same by sharing a woman nudes, not nudes, a pants, a woman that wear only pant and bra. She call it bikini, because I am the one who tell them that thing is not nude, that is bikini. So she shared the thing, she put it on her social media, and she now tell people that they will start sharing that Nora Duru nude by inbox to inbox. I want you to watch the video where she said that. Bye bye, stay tuned.
And my street is at the Sabashua in Lagos. So for those of you who want to know where I stay, my street is at the Sabashua. My house is nearly opposite one of Obasanjo's concubine. One of Obasanjo's concubine. So go and make research on thank you Chukuma for that message. I'll go through it later. Thank you for sending me that message. I'll go through my inbox later. So like I was saying, I do not buy the idea of anybody sharing a woman's nude, because once you share one woman's nude, you share the whole woman's nude. Whole. Because everything about a woman is the same. Everything. Now, for people saying, for occasional people, or even Amma said it, saying that I'm bullying people, I'm sharing nude. Now, what Nora was wearing, what I shared, was Nora on bikini, not nude. So people, just like I said on my page yesterday, we will start Nora's nude sharing from inbox to inbox, it will get to her mother-in-law, so that the same pain Nkechi Venku felt, the same pain Mirabel felt, Nora will have to feel that pain by all means. Now, I'm so glad that Sharon, Amma, all of them left, because when I'm alone, I have clarity on my brain. I can think, I can make research, I can dug out information. So I'm so happy that this bunch of illiterates, bunch of empty brains, bunch of women with holes in their brain actually left my squad.
So do you understand what she said on that video? So at a time, this lady, she's causing a lot of calamity. She doesn't trust anybody. She doesn't trust herself. She doesn't trust anybody. All the people that she's doing the saga with, she suspects a lot of them. And I keep on asking a question. What is going on? How can you say that you are fighting with people and you doesn't give a single trust with that people? So I come to start telling people that I feel that there is something that goes out of this girl memory that I don't really understand until she's when I now confirm it is that after I quit fighting Ogechi Okereke, because she asked for forgiveness, because I asked her that she must ask me for forgiveness, and Ogechi did that. And that is how I embraced the peace with Mrs. Ogechi Okereke Njaka. And this particular Chacha, started fighting me using the videos that Ogechi used to fight me, and the way Ogechi was insulting my baby. She used the video saying that she must make sure that video will go viral, that video will stop her own son destiny, not my own baby, because my baby is a king of Europe. So she said she must make sure that video will get to my baby when my baby grow up. That is when I started to analyzing this girl. I start to put her in a place that I start examining everything, and I said something is wrong somewhere. This girl have mental disorder. I keep on repeating it until she now make a video where she confess, because I asked her one question: why do you say that you're a graduate? You are not working full-time job. And moreover, you said you have a children and you send your children to your mom in Nigeria. I said something is not right here, until she made that video say that she has a depression. Even they admitted her in the hospital for 2 weeks, where they cross-check her, monitor her, because she goes mental. She doesn't know her memory. She lost everything, and something happened to her that put her into that depression, and that makes her mother took away her children to Nigeria. And this is someone who live in UK, and the children, the two daughter, was sent to Nigeria to stay with the mother. And it's all for her to focus to recover her health. She come on social media fighting, and she also have mental disorder. The thing is increasing. So please, I want you people to listen to the video where she make this confession. So anytime she's talking to you, you must learn or know exactly what she's saying, because she is not normal. Listen to the video why I am back.
Probably I've not told you why I took my kids to Nigeria. I said there was a time I was so depressed because of a particular thing that happened to me. I was so depressed that to the extent of, most of you that must have gone through therapy section, the depression was so much that I almost wanted to, I took overdose. Medication, I took overdose, as in, you become that angry, so many things in your mind, and you're so silent, you're not speaking to people, and then you feel that your world is crumbled or is crumbling, and then the result is that voice that keeps telling you, why don't you just end it all? Why don't you just end it all? And then that moment I took overdose, because I just felt I've had enough. And the next thing was, by the time I opened my eyes, I found myself in the hospital. In fact, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I was on that close monitor, and that was when my mom decided to take the kids to Nigeria so that she can be with them until I'm fully okay. And luckily, thank God, I became really okay. Me, that as I'm talking today, I'm also a counselor. I counsel people because I've been through that boat, so I'm able to counsel people. So I told her, probably I've not told you why I took my keys to Nigeria. I said there was a time I was so depressed because of a particular thing that happened to me. I was so depressed that to the extent of, you know, most of you that must have gone through therapy section, the depression was so much that I almost wanted to, I took overdose. You know, medication, I took overdose, as in, you know, you become that angry, so many things in your mind, and you're so silent, you're not speaking to people, and then you feel that your world is crumbled or is crumbling, and then the result is that voice that keeps telling you, why don't you just end it all? Why don't you just end it all? And then that moment I took overdose because I just felt I've had enough. And the next thing was, when by the time I opened my eyes, I found myself in the hospital. In fact, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I was under close monitor, and that was when my mom decided to take the kids to Nigeria so that she can be with them until I'm fully okay. And luckily, thank God, I became really okay. Me, that as I'm talking today, I'm also a counselor. I counsel people because I've been through that boat, so I'm able to counsel people. So I told her, probably I've not told you why I took my keys to Nigeria. I said there was a time I was so depressed because of a particular thing that happened to me. I was so depressed that to the extent of, you know, most of you that must have gone through therapy section, the depression was so much that I almost wanted to, I took overdose. You know, medication, I took overdose, as in, you know, you become that angry, so many things in your mind, and you're so silent, you're not speaking to people, and then you feel that your world is crumbled or is crumbling, and then the result is that voice that keeps telling you, why don't you just end it all? Why don't you just end it all? And then that moment I took overdose because I just felt I've had enough. And the next thing was, when by the time I opened my eyes, I found myself in the hospital. In fact, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. I was under close monitor, and that was when my mom decided to take the kids to Nigeria so that she can be with them until I'm fully okay. And luckily, thank God, I became really okay. Me, that as I'm talking today, I'm also a counselor. I counsel people because I've been through that boat, so I'm able to counsel people. So I told.
So thank you for tuning in and to stay with me while I do this, okay? So what am I trying to say here is that this saga has been going on, and every day they come out and be talking, Ogechi do this, Ogechi do that, Amagambone do this, Amagambone do that, Sharon do this, Sharon do that, Nora do this, you know, because this is all the people who see there is no need. My people, these people keep on dividing Igbo people, thinking they are doing one particular person, and they forget one thing. They forgot is that Mrs. Ogechi Okereke Njaka, yes, she can be rude, yes, she can do a lot of things, but Ogechi has people who love her, and those people who love Ogechi don't want you to insult Ogechi. And why you go to insult Ogechi, you start doing division among our people, you know, but they doesn't understand it. I keep on saying this thing. Igbo people, some we Igbo, we are the cause of our problem. It's only us Igbo that you will do business with your fellow Igbo person. Ijesuo yimi. Now you do business with the person, you will go and report that person. The same Igbo people will go to other people country and they will be fighting. Even police make people arrest. Now Igbo people, I never see. There was a time Yoruba people, they fought in London. I don't remember what they called that place in London. When authority entered that place, all of them begin to speak Yoruba language. None of them point each other. Even this one that happened in Sweden day for yesterday, one pastor, as authority entered that place, all of them started speaking Yoruba. They did not arrest anybody. Why am I saying this thing is that this particular chacha, she was the one, she even said that she pays money, 100,000, to make sure that they deported Ogechi. If they deport Ogechi, what is your gain? What are you to gain that they deport Ogechi? If anything happen to Ogechi, or maybe they will do this thing and somebody die, what is your benefit? If you kill Ogechi, that means you will go for another person, because you become automatically a killer. You understand? Why am I telling you people this thing is that I am your storyteller about Igbo saga, because I started it, and I am the one that will tell you what you gotta hear about this Igbo saga. You understand what I mean? So what am I trying to conclude here is that Chacha has a mental disorder. Anything you see her display on Facebook, please do not take it serious. She just needs a medical care. If you love her, tell her. She's your sister. Tell her the truth. Let her go and examine herself, because she's going nuts. And this problem that she put herself, she doesn't need it. She don't need to go in there. The problem is too stressful. The problem is a brutal one. You know, they will give you name you did not even expect. That is what saga is all about. And more she gets herself involved, you know, she's going nuts. So please, guys, if you are here for the first time, I want to say thank you so much. Stay tuned with me. I will be uploading a video twice in a day, or one time a time in a day. I will be uploading a video on my YouTube. Facebook have kissed me goodbye, so let me be here. I'm doing it. So do subscribe to Ama Gambone, the original queen of Biafra, where I will be giving you the update as a storyteller. Very soon I will go in with this problem, you know, among Nigerians. I will go in, and I remember that there was a time I told the American government and authority to ban visa entry to Nigerians, and here we are. America has done that. So kudos to American government. I will be here to update you. You know, I will go in to tell you something you gotta hear. So bye bye, arrivederci, bye.